All right, let's just jump right in. We're going to tackle one of the biggest, most important questions of our time, a question that has officially left the pages of science fiction and is now our reality. Are we, right now, in the process of creating humanity's very last invention? To get our heads around this, let's start with a really startling quote from Dr. Roman Yampolskiy, who's a leading expert in AI safety. He says, "Forget thinking about this as just another tech race. We should be thinking about it like we just got a call that aliens are coming and they'll be here in 3 years. We'd be panicking, right?" Well, he thinks we should be. And look, this isn't just some random opinion. Dr. Yampolskiy is the computer scientist who literally coined the term AI safety. He's been deep in this field for over 15 years, trying to figure out how to keep these things under control. So in this explainer, we're going to unpack his predictions, what he sees coming down the pike. To really understand how high the stakes are, let's start with his most jarring prediction, which is about the economy. He's not talking about a bad recession here or a few percentage points of unemployment. He's talking about a future with 99% unemployment, a complete rewrite of society as we know it. Yeah, 99%. Let that number sink in for a second. It sounds absolutely insane, but his reasoning is based on a fundamental problem he's been tracking for years: the ever-widening gap between what AI can do and our ability to control it. So how in the world could we get to a number like 99%? Well, according to him, it all starts right here, with this core problem, this dangerous, growing divide between AI capability and AI safety.
Now, this slide basically shows you his entire argument in one picture. On the left, you've got AI capability. It's not just growing, it's exploding. It's exponential, maybe even hyper-exponential. Meanwhile, on the right, you have our progress on making it safe. And that, well, that's just kind of plodding along. We find a problem, we put a little patch on it. But the whole time, the underlying intelligence is getting more and more powerful. And that gap between them just gets wider every single day.
To really get where this is all going, we need to know the destination. And the first huge milestone he's talking about is AGI, Artificial General Intelligence. This is not the AI we have today that's good at one thing, like playing chess or writing an email. No, this is an AI that can do pretty much any mental job a human can.
And from AGI, you get to the next, much scarier step, superintelligence. And this is a whole different ballgame. This isn't a system that's just as smart as us. It's an intellect that is vastly smarter than all of humanity combined. It would be a better scientist, a better strategist, a better everything. And by its very definition, we wouldn't be able to predict what it would do. Okay, so this might all sound like something out of a movie, but Dr. Yampolskiy and a lot of other experts are not talking about centuries from now. They are pointing to specific years, and they are shockingly close. If you look at prediction markets, if you listen to what the heads of the big AI labs are saying, AGI could be here by 2027. I mean, that's just a few years away. Then, by 2030, you add humanoid robots into the mix, and bam, physical labor is gone too. And that all leads to 2045, the date many point to for the singularity, the point of no return. And the singularity is one of those terms that gets thrown around, but what does it really mean? Yampolskiy's analogy is perfect. He says, imagine a world where 30 new versions of the iPhone come out in a single day. You couldn't possibly keep up. You wouldn't even know what the new features were before the next one came out. Now apply that level of insane, rapid change to every single field of science and technology, all at once. That's the singularity. Now, I'm sure some of you are thinking, okay, this is a bit much. It sounds way too extreme. And you're right to be skeptical. So let's walk through some of the most common counterarguments people have and see how Dr. Yampolskiy responds to them.
First up is the one you hear all the time, the historical argument, right? Hey, the steam engine killed jobs, the computer killed jobs, but they always created new jobs in their place. Why would this time be any different?
So his answer is that this time is different, fundamentally different, because we're not inventing a new tool like a better hammer or a faster car. We are inventing a meta-invention. We're inventing a better worker, a better inventor. So any cool new job that this technology creates, well, the AI can learn to do that job too, probably better and faster than any human could. Okay, fine, but what about the ultimate failsafe, the big red button? If this thing starts to get out of hand, why can't we just pull the plug? Dr. Yampolskiy thinks this idea is just silly, dangerously naive. He says, go ahead, try and turn off Bitcoin. You can't, right? It's not in one place. It's everywhere. A true superintelligence would be 1 billion times more resilient. It would see you come in.
It would have backups of backups. And like he says, it would find a way to turn you off before you can turn them off.
So, if the risks are this crazy, and the easy solutions are basically useless, what do? Are we just stuck? Well, Dr. Yampolskiy argues we do have a choice. A final one. And we have to make it, like, right now.
The path forward, in his view, isn't to just stop all AI development. That's a fantasy. The key is to change the goal. Instead of this mad race to build an artificial god, a general superintelligence, we should focus all our energy on creating powerful but narrow AI. Think of it like this: an AI that is an absolute genius, but only at one thing, like curing breast cancer, or designing perfectly efficient energy grids. Powerful, beneficial, and most importantly, controllable.
And this right here, this is the heart of his argument. The choice isn't about being for or against progress. It's about what kind of progress we want. We're at a fork in the road, and one path leads to us building amazing tools that we control, and the other leads to us building an agent that controls us. Which leaves us with this final, really profound question. For the first time in our entire history, we actually have the ability to create something smarter than ourselves. A new god, in a sense. And maybe the ultimate test for our species isn't whether we have the technical skill to build it, but whether we have the wisdom to decide not to.